Good morning. I hope that you and your families are keeping as well as can be during these difficult times. It's delightful to read about the northwest of England being so far ahead in the vaccination programme, and I do hope that you and your families are making the most of this opportunity and making sure that if you're offered the vaccine, that you do go and get all the information and that you do make sure that you see your doctors and get the vaccine as soon as possible. We do all want to get back to normal as soon as possible, and that's a major part of making sure that we can return to school. At the moment, we've nearly finished our Year 9 reports, and you'll be receiving them hopefully by the end of next week. Can you please bear in mind that when you do read these, they're based on the work before lockdown. So you will read comments about how your child was performing in class and participating in class. We've deliberately kept those in because we're hoping to be back in the classroom as soon as possible, and you need that information. You will find, however, in the Heads of Year report that it does talk about the engagement in remote learning, so you are getting that information as well. I'm looking forward to reading those Year 7 reports which come in a couple of weeks, and they are based on the engagement in remote learning. So please can I ask for your support in making sure that your child engages as much as possible. Now, you would have received, if you're in Year 7 and above, an email regarding Google Classroom, and it is to do with parents and carers and what you can see. So parents and carers have all been sent an email inviting you to receive Guardian summaries of the work that the children are set on Google Classroom. And what it does is shows all the tasks, and the ones that have not been completed are highlighted. In order for you to make sure you can see these summaries, it's necessary for you to open the invitation email, which will have been sent to the email address you provided school. It should be in your inbox, but please check that it's not gone to your junk mail just in case. And it'll have been sent for an admin user, so it's admin@qegsonline.com. When you get that email, if you click accept, you'll be taken to a page where you can choose how to actually receive those summaries, and you can choose to receive them daily or weekly. If there are any problems at all with Google Classroom, then please just make sure you email our IT technician, Mr. Lee Hilton, and his email address is on the letter that I put out with this video. I hope by now that you've all received your welfare calls, and that's throughout the school, because Miss Ty in the primary school is phoning our parents throughout the primary phase, and we have different members of staff phoning our senior pupils. I hope that you're finding those useful, and it's allowing you a way of raising your concerns if you do have any concerns about work being submitted. Please remember, if you cannot wait for a welfare call, that you can email your child's form tutor at any time, and we will try and get back to you within 24 hours to assist with anything that we can do. School is open, so in an emergency you can also phone reception and we'll see what actions we can take immediately. Please remember that the school is still a busy place, and we have approximately about 200 children on site each day, and we do have staff working, monitoring these children and making sure they're supervised and doing their remote learning, alongside delivering their lessons to the rest of the school body. So please forgive us if it does take a little bit longer to get back to your emails or concerns, because obviously we're not all on the same site at the same time, and we currently have different commitments. I've been delighted to be given a long list of lessons and children that have been involved completely in their remote learning this week. So work of the week is the following. EYFS have done some fantastic and creative work creating owls, and that's based on the book Owl Babies, and Mr. Halliwell has been so proud of what you've done. You've also been doing some fantastic work on how to catch a falling star, and Mrs. Southworth was amazed at what you could do. There's been some fantastic science lessons this week in the primary school, with Year 3 science on shadows with torches, and Year 4 completing science work on the digestive system. Well done to you all. In Year 7, 7 FAM geography, I've done some fantastic work on fantastic and impossible places, and Miss Albiston has been really impressed. You've also completed some brilliant work in science on particles and change of state. And Dr. Saunders has been impressed with what you've been doing. I was really pleased to read from Miss Ash that you've been doing some excellent work in history on girl power in the Middle Ages, and I'm looking forward to you being able to fill me in on that information when you do return to school. And in classics, Miss Grinley's been commented about how much fantastic work she's seen on the underworld. Miss Mariner's also been really pleased with the work that's been produced by students studying French in Year 7. In Year 8, there's been some really good work in PSHE, and Ms Shah has been really impressed with the work you've been producing. In science, again, classes have produced some impressive work on inheritance, and Dr Saunders is really pleased with how you're all responding to that work. And in EP, Mr Butterworth has talked about how good your reading and analysis of the book Run Baby Run has been. In Year 9, again science, really good work on the periodic table and magnetism. And in DT, particularly 9C and 9D, Miss Watson's been really pleased with the work you've been producing in DT. Miss Mariner's been really impressed with the work for Year 10 French and how you've really engaged with that work last week. And what's particularly pleasing now is to read about so many comments from our Year 11, our Year 12 and Year 13. In Year 11, I've had really good comments for Spanish from Mr Gould, for PE from Dr Butler, for Miss Albiston on Geography, because you'll be doing work on complexities of globalisation, and you've really engaged and asked some fantastic questions on that. In Maths from Mrs Mercado and Mr Marsden, and in Latin from Miss Grinley. In Year 12, really good comments from Dr Butler for PE, from Maths from Mr Marsden, Philosophy Mr Burton, Miss Watson's mentioned DT, Miss Mariner has mentioned French, and there's been Economics and Psychology also mentioned. And what's particularly impressive is the videos you're making in psychology, and I'm sure they're going to help you with your revision when it does come to next year. In Year 13, again, the PE students have been doing some fantastic work for Dr Butler. And Mr Burton has mentioned about how engaged the Year 13 philosophy classes. In chemistry, both Mr Conifrey and Dr Saunders has mentioned the really good work that's taken place on the complex calculations. Miss Watson's been really pleased with the engagement for DT, and Economics and Psychology have also been mentioned. And I think it is now that Economics has got the highest attendance rate of any class in the school for their remote learning, so really well done to the Economics class. Alongside that, more general messages have come from Dr Saunders, from Mr Lockwood and Mr Birtwistle, who have all been really impressed with the engagement from all classes across the board from Year 7 upwards. And they have mentioned different individuals that have done really impressive work. And again, we'll try to be in contact with those individuals very soon, just so that you know that we are noticing what you're doing. And that's the message I wanted to give you today, is that we are noticing what you're doing, and we're trying to support you as much as possible. So please, please keep working hard. Don't think your efforts are going unnoticed, because we do know what you're doing, and everything that you're doing will help you in the long term. If you are struggling at any at all, there are coming up some different webinars that you will be invited to, particularly parents and carers, to help your children, and they're for Year 10, Year 11 and upwards. More details will be on our website, but they're from Elevate, a company that we've used before. Year 12, we're doing a specific Elevate session instead of one of their lessons in the coming weeks. But for the other year groups, there are information on our website about different webinars you can attend regarding supporting your child with online learning and stress. I do hope that you keep healthy this week, and please make sure that any absences, if they do occur, or if you have any issues at home that are COVID related, please do email them to school to make sure I can report them in with the rest of our information. I hope you have a good week. Thank you.